Litlins have been up to their old tricks again.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they were moving in for their assault when the curse breaker managed to release a Stolas amid the They should be back by now, but I've heard I can't help but worry.
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, but I never really thought how my words might affect them.
I'll go and find them.
And the plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie.
That should be enough to go on.
Qué fea está la espada, no la había visto.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her.
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Roderick.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse breaker's brand. I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but is it really?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. And we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about my lot helps no one.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go. No one knows herb lore like Talia, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber.
Don't even come on.
Get me back on my feet.
Cole.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind...
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard it.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have...
Well, I'm here now. And
only some. The rest locked themselves. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the and please, hurry. If the beastman gets those bearers, the poor soul...
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
And don't thank me just yet.
No me gusta mucho cómo se escucha muy obvio que el chavo que hace la voz de Clive está forzándola a que se escuche así.
Trying to get into the carriage.
Uy, qué buen trancazo me dio. Uy. Yo de acabar con la garganta charrados cuando grababa por el juego. Pues es que sí se oye muy... O sea, es muy notorio el escuchar que... Chao. Comer uvas es rico. La verdad que es.
A friend. Are there any... Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had...
Why should we run?
Perhaps. Freedom. Safety.
Sid, you weren't too late then.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you.
Voy a bajar el Overwatch, ponlo.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Sí, he visto que como que en varias partes se está yendo la luz. Ah, sí, cierto, les aviento piedras. A nadie. Y ayer o anterior también se fue en casa de Néstor.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
Se llama Rodríguez, no Rodríguez, es Rodríguez. Sí, ¿por qué la chava se movió por otro lado?
To their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited. Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slave of... What kind of leader sends people into danger? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary.
We swore the same oath as you.
It's good to see you safe and well.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause.
Ah, sí te hicieron decir wow. Sí están wow.
Ran more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole,
Cuando llegaron los magos.
I never doubted your courage. Thank you for your faith. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death, but I'm a curse breaker.
You will.
Ayer me hicieron decir wow, tan fuerte que se fue la fue. Qué padre. ¿Los probó tu mamá? ¿Sí le gustaron o no?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. All done?
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the
Oye, se
ammonia.
le hicieron ricos. Me quedaron 2 bolsas, una para ti y otra para que lo repartas y todo el mundo dice ¡guau! Ah, bueno.
Only the usual.
Pues a ver cuántos meses después te cayó.
This is it. And more than I was
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you. Which means I trust you.
Thank you for the... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's one ill-conceived incision. And even success means tremendous pain. I became a physiker to help people.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction? They're willing...
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people
Se
like
fermenta
us
la
are
sangre
more
que...
than mere possessions.
You said it's natural for a
Ah,
patient
pues de
to feel
hecho,
that their suffering ensued.
vas a estar ocupado el sábado otra vez. A ver si te caigo igual. Según mamá iba a salir el viernes y el sábado y el domingo. Entonces, pues si no vas a estar ocupado.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Güey. No me desocupé. Ok, a ver si te caigo mañana. Güey.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal.
¿Por qué está loco?
Where did you get him? Like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf. an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One of Shiva and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come,
¿Qué le sacó la mierda?
for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work. Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and but I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the... Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
¿Qué ha pasado? Pues la mamá está loca
Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress.
y luego pues lo más extraño he perdido mucho tiempo haciendo misiones secundarias y misiones bien X. Lo más interesante que pasó fue que el mono Hugo, que es el titán que es el Lion de Titán, hizo un acuerdo con la mamá de Clive para engañarlo de hacer que dizque estaban en un ataque y que Clive fuera pues porque dizque quiere todavía su tierra y ahí matarlo porque pues Hugo quiere vengar que mataron a Benedicta. Entonces cuando llegué me peleé contra Hugo y estábamos peleando, pero como las otras peleas con Ion que han pasado, esta no fue así de que con los humos, ¿no? De que con las transformaciones. Ni Hugo se convirtió, ni se convirtió, pero en la pelea Clive le mochó las manos a Hugo. O sea, se las partió así, se las mochó de plan. Y en ese ya como que el Hugo medio se estaba locando, como que para sacar el monstruo, pero en eso llegó un mono de la nada que quién sabe quién era y no traía capucha ni nada, pero no se alcanzó a ver muy bien porque había mucha tierra así de lo que estaba haciendo, de los destrozos que estaba haciendo Hugo. Pero haz de cuenta que el mono nada más llegó, se le acercó a Hugo y le dio un golpe así en el estómago y ahí lo noqueó y lo cargó así como si nada, y eso que el mono estaba como que bien flaquito. Lo cargó y dijo, nah, ahorita todavía te ocupo, o no te enojes tanto todavía o algo así, y se lo llevó. Y lo que me estoy queriendo acordar es que me dijo... A mí me dijo una palabra, pero no me acuerdo cómo era.
How goes the hunt for...
Largely, we have myriad sightings of strange soldiers. If only
Oh,
we knew for
yes.
certain by what route.
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Word, that be...
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't.
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Me van a mandar otra cosa.
Have a guest.
A guest?
La mamá. Ah, no. Achis.
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Ah, el tío.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
Se me hace que ese señor va a hacer que lo sigan ahí. Y pues ya, tío, mataron, también destruimos otro cristal, que era de un lugar donde ahí no había su Aeon, más bien el Aeon, y ahí pues fue Jill, pero era una esclava.
Shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason
Jill
to
casi se
refuse.
moría. Ahí está la mamá loca.
We must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Y luego la mamá de Clive pues tiene a ese niño nuevo que quién sabe quién
None of this
es.
would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier. Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words.
Y la mamá tiene como que pues le salió como un brillo bien raro del brazo.
Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness. May the blessing of the crystals go with
Y ese señor de ahí se parece a Mads
Very
Mikkelsen.
good.
Y este Torgal es un
Let
perro
us come
loco.
to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the
Sid
enemy would surely
siempre
send
sí
their
fue el
own
muro. Ah,
dominant
pues ya se
to meet
murió
you.
Sid. ¿Eso no lo
While
viste?
His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on
You
both.
need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Pues acá Sid se murió más que nada por el uso de su poder. No tanto porque alguien lo haya matado, o no me acuerdo, no me acuerdo si alguien lo mató. Creo que no, de hecho se murió así como que ayudándome a que yo estuviera bien, pero fue por el mucho uso de su poder. Y ya no aguantó. Incluso antes de morirse hizo que le diera poder a Clive.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp.
Sí, ahí anda, pero te digo que pues casi se moría. Y también como que ya le está debilitando usar sus poderes. Y luego casi la mataban también. Entonces ahorita anda medio débil y se supone que anda... Pues anda reponiéndose ahí en la enfermería. Yo pensé que en ese pedazo... Es que hubo una misión donde básicamente pues era hacer algo por ella, que era que ella cumplir con algo de su pasado. Y era casi adentro de un volcán. Y se veía que ella se estaba desgastando mucho pues por ser de hielo.
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true.
¿Quieren matar o qué?
You disappoint me, Dion.
Y ahorita te digo que el mono ese que salió y se llevó a Titán, bueno, a Hugo.
My lectures. We met under curious circumstances. Naturally. Still. Allow me to educate you.
A ver si sale.
Study it well, Clive.
No, pues porque no hay... Nada.
I have the details here. Very good.
No, creo que no.
The Litlans have been up to their old. It's just one thing after another around here.
¿Qué ves? Estoy seguro que me dijo como un nombre que reconocerías de Final. Pues no me puedo acordar. Así como de un summon también.
Ah, my dear nephew. Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and the... Which is why I came. To learn the full...
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people.
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that it...
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Coco withdrew.
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists, come here and I'll show you.
Esas lecturas me caen gordas.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria
Kupka.
via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde? To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something. The men seemed almost as if they believed or were met.
You have a keen, and you have your answer. To find Kupka, it may well have gone cold by now. But as they say in the...
Allow me to accompany you. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready.
Very well, but be quick about it, my...
No, no quiero que mi tío se vaya conmigo.
And how may I assist you today? Lord Byron Rossfield. I heard tell. Why? How may I help you today? Here you are.
Lids. Finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear.
Otto, Kupka's at...
You're not going in there alone.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy them. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's person. You have any trouble on the way, you ask.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto,
you can count on her.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
Ya se me... La verdad no sé ni cuánto tiempo llevo. Pero ya se me está haciendo bastante largo. Y a veces siento que no pasa nada. O sea, los pedacillos chidos están bien. Pero mucho tiempo siento que no está pasando nada.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Sí, exacto, precisamente pues por el tema que quisieron agarrar, sí se ponen mucho a hablar de ese tipo de cosas. Y mira, y ahora resulta que Torgal se hace así, se hace como de Mega Man.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins.
Dune.
Welcome well, Clive. All too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Fire! Get him!
Exacto, así se hace.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his...
No había nadie, nadie.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them?
Ya aquí es donde se me une
Run along and play now,
Aladdin.
Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Ya, nadie nos conoce. Ya son un señor robot. Mr. Robot. ¿No le van a cerrar? ¿Traen mariachi o qué?
Good day to you. Eating?
Sí, ese.
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that,
Lentils?
and ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Oh, aquí están.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that...
Y también como en películas bien,
Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey,
you!
Tío menso.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads.
No creo.
Business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
The outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that! Stay down! There's more!
Hombre. Ups.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Ah, qué bonito se ve el agua.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Ah, y Joshua tiene un como agujero negro en el pecho. Que no han dicho por qué.
Clive?
Esos solo se llenan con abrazos de su cama. Los abrazos no están muy chidos.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Pues no, que no, perros. Where are you now? Where are you now?
We didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Cid. Cid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Oh.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door. Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bit...
Anything I can help you? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the...
Well, we're best known for our baths.
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the... The owner's only a young sprig. But he's got...
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Cid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
We won't be getting back to Drake's family.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking a long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Wait, incense! What wax candle?
Excuse me.
I am. Can I help you?
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business do you...
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping...
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Qué fácil.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Stay down!
Así se llama el burdel, la trampa. Conveniente no me diría yo. Digo, no es conveniente que de trabajo.
The boss. He wanted us to test you. Though one could hardly call that.
Lord Ferda? Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare. A fitting talent.
You know who I am, so what now? Call in the men of the Rock and...
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She...
Yes.
Is this the place?
Is it the place to be alive?
Kiss.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine.
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We will speak... I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalimil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders...
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with hunt.
What did you call...
My apologies. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha!
Hueva.
Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalimil.
The juiciest meat from Green. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm not...
Ugh, then be off with you.
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side. I don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. No, just leave, will you?
Toda la gente con la que hablo en este juego es grosera. Todo.
From the oven. Here. Have a taste.
Do you have a moment?
No. Vete.
Depends what for.
Just a
Come
question.
caca.
Dalimil seems to be...
Well, we're a stone's throw from the soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal.
Come mal babos, que estás en decir, wow.
The men of the Rock throw their money...
Is that so?
Ya sabes qué eslogan poner si en algún momento inventamos algo que se coma, ¿vale? Sí, no, hombre, todos son bien malhumorados. Y hablan como que todos, como si fueran los más importantes del mundo.
Is it true there's been trouble with...
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our... Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share, and it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
My carpets have pride of...
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
No, pero no nada más la gente de aquí, el desierto anda así. Andan de cualquier lado donde vaya.
Haven't you caused enough
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you?
Thank you.
Let me treat you.
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they blow their snouts out.
Will this suffice?
Let us sense.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would...
All right. I'm sure that, but not here.
What are you doing? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot... And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I proved...
So the pearl was your...
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would have a small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spent. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystal.
I'll wager you're...
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke.
Ha! That preening... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Roz... I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Fucking men of the wrong.
No puedo salir por aquí.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Needed to a silken softness.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Qué raro que no brinca con el otro pie, siempre brinca igual. En muchos juegos me ha tocado que dependiendo de cuándo hagas el brinco, brinca con un pie o con el otro. Ay, me fui por la otra puerta. Es que si le quito 2 frames de movimiento y lo hago más rápido. Ah, mira, si viene.
Ready, go?
Bro. Attack. Exactamente. ¡Sobre! ¡Sobre! Luego del especial.
Thanks, girl. Stay down.
Joder, mi tío corre más rápido que yo. Y aquí nos van a atacar.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
Cahoots?
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Did you hear, Master? They say cahoots.
It's not over yet, Uncle. I'm just getting warmed up.
¿Dónde está el maguillo? Acá. Sí, es cahoots, cahoots. Ándale. Y esos son a los que hay que matar primero. A los que andan de cahoots. Lo raro es que quién sabe cuándo se hace Fenrir el Torgal, o sea, no es cuando no le puedo dar un comando.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage.
You were Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's... I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals. Well...
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second. Well, Clive. You held up your end of the bargain, so I must do this. To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been and those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it.
Oh, dear.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Gavel the...
Here.
Otra vez. Eso se me hace bien sacado de verdad.
Who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalimil is back in bed with...
Es que... What? ¿De dónde llegó eso?
Umia Lostelan. Tu Isakelis.
Ahí voy, espera.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Don't let me down. Ah, ya son amigos. Es que cada que voy a un lugar... Ah, espera.
Well then, I wish you a safe...
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Ni comprado nada desde hace rato. Cada vez que llego a un lugar nuevo y que se supone que conozco a alguien que estuvo en algún momento unido o hizo triquitrucos con Sid, todos me dan una insignia. Pero todos me dan... Sí, un clipcito, una insignia que se supone que con esa ya todos van a saber que yo soy parte del grupo y que ya me van a ayudar y me van a tratar bien. Pero no sé por qué se me hace un recurso bien patas, dizque para forjar o demostrar que ya estás en alianza, ¿no? Y luego imagínate, o sea, vaya, me estoy saliendo de la lógica de los videojuegos, pero pues ya me han dado como 5 de esas y las tendría que traer todas así juntas. Y luego, ¿cómo saben todos los demás que si se supone que es un grupo disque secreto? ¿Qué significa cada una de las insignias? No sé, se me hace algo así como que muy... bueno, no sé, se me hace un recurso muy... muy así como que... muy sacado de la nada, nada más para justificar que dice que ya se hizo un acuerdo, ya somos amigos, o ya X, Cuando las cosas se ponen calientes y forja tu camino. ¿Cuánto llevamos de stream? 1 hora 20, ya me aburrí un chorro, güey. Es que se juntan cada segundo jueves del mes a jugar dominó, repasar. Ándale, o sea, eso es lo que te digo, se me hace muy así como de que... ay, joles, en serio, en una situación donde se supone que todas las naciones están en guerra y que hay alianzas acá, vaya, como secretas. O sea, alguien también ya se hubiera dado cuenta de eso de las insignias, o sea, ya se me hace también algo muy obvio, o sea, o ni modo de que, no sé, que Clive llegue con alguien y le diga, ay, mira, pues traigo todas estas insignias, mira, aquí, se las saque de la bolsa y le diga, "Oh, ¿alguna de estas me sirve?" Ya cuando juntes todas las insignias, te van a invitar a las juntas esas, o tienes que poner la comida la primera vez. No, hombre, pues se la come el tío, sin albur. Ya no quiero jugar, ya apenas llevo 1 hora. Es que no he hecho nada, ¿se fijan que no he hecho nada? No he hecho nada más que... ay, se me perdió esto, ve. Ay, acá hay alguien que le está pasando algo, ve. Ay, ocupo esto de acá, ve.
Sorry. I'm Saver, Master Luber's soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit. I don't suppose you have any idea.
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamir.
Voy a poner el Overwatch mejor.
Nothing has ever...
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Loop. We need information.
You're right. There's no point fumbling it now. Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for it. There's the butcher, of course. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Es que mira, o sea, también aquí, o sea, se supone que estoy en una misión súper importante, donde tengo que hacer algo para progresar, para poder llegar a donde ocupamos que un titán se muera, porque es el que más ha afectado, nos ha desviado de esta principal, y me ponen a hablar con unos monos con cuchillo, porque uno quiere aprender a hacer un cuchillo.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. No, first and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat,
No sabía.
problem, but sinew, give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
Just look at the hanging lantern. Ha! They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Y no, nunca se me había ocurrido que un cuchillo ocupara filo. Pensé que entre más redondito y entre menos corte es lo mejor.
It would make a fine gift for your beloved.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock were carting off our crystals for themselves.
Chis, ahorita no estaba ese triángulo. Ah, o sea, de que aquí mismo.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Then see that you stay a little longer next time.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal greaves.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Cook's trough is when they want to lord it over.
Ahora bien, puede ser un cuchillo de madera, pero en mi opinión profesional de cuchillista, los de metal son mejores para cortar por el filo. Suena que eres todo un experto cuchillista, de tener años, siglos, tal vez milenios siendo cuchillista, porque esos son datos que no cualquiera tiene, no cualquier persona sabe eso.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. One ship, everything I've worked for. How rocky the ruin.
Churrián, pues, ¿con quién más hablo?
Look, Father, hot water. But where are the bearers who heat it?
It wasn't heated by magic. It comes out of the ground like this.
Silver platters, just like they eat off in castles.
Ah, ya lo vi.
Well, we can make our way back.
Are you looking for something in particular?
Electrosfera.
Thank you for your custom.
What is it? I'm in no mood for...
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife?
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make.
Thank you.
All business, eh? Man after my...
Ya, Clive.
Carving knife should be hard-wearing and...
Usas una espada.
Hardly a revelation.
Usas espada, no se te puede ocurrir.
Than I did.
Just look at the detail, the craftsmanship. You're looking.
No, el tenedor porque tiene varios picos. O sea, ¿cómo sabes que los 3 o los 4 o los 2? ¿Cuántos picos? Para empezar, ¿cuántos picos? Y para empezar, 2.
How'd it go?
¿Cuál es más importante que el otro?
Should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he need too heavy and they do his shop.
So we're no better off than when we start. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his... Damn it, that can't be right. I've bandied enough words. No. We must be missing...
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start. I can't...
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like...
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardian. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentice is no better than to help me with my tech. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metal. I bet she'd know a thing.
Otra vez. ¿Hasta dónde se fue? Buah. Mineral cuchillo.
Come on. Be safe. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to... But adamantite ore is unique to Ash.
And it's beyond...
Unique to Ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could...
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to... But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always... Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick.
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been...
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to...
Limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to know if this is the...
I can't. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at...
Right you are. Or just throw it in the furnace.
This is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots!
Sweet incense.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglect. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Just then, allow me to... Drake's Fang is currently... Tolmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you... But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a...
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report. I fear there may be more trouble lying in... If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. that you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already.
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as...
¿Saben qué? Aquí lo voy a dejar, ya me aburre. Luego le doy porque... Ok, bueno, bye. Final Fantasy, yeah.